Every species in the Galactic Alliance had perfect star charts. The Vraxans mapped every system within 50,000 light-years. The Etherians cataloged quantum pathways between galaxies. The ancient keepers held navigation data spanning 3 billion years. But every map had the same anomaly. Where human space should be, the charts simply ended. Not empty space. Not unexplored. Just an abrupt termination, as if reality itself stopped recording data at humanity's borders. Junior Navigator Tlex of the merchant vessel Star Walker noticed it first during training. "Master, why does the map end here?" He pointed at the hard edge where known space met the human territories. Master Navigator Vaughn's feathers ruffled nervously. "We don't ask about that. But surely someone has mapped." "We don't ask." It became the galaxy's unspoken rule. Trade with humans happened at border stations. Diplomatic meetings occurred on neutral ground. No one entered human space uninvited, and humans never explained why their territory appeared as a void on every scanning device. Until the day the Hive attacked. The Hive didn't care about unspoken rules. A billion-strong swarm consciousness, they consumed entire civilizations. When they reached the edge of human space, they didn't hesitate. Their bioships poured across the border by the thousands. Every Alliance species watched their sensors in horrified fascination, finally about to learn what lay beyond that edge. The Hive ships crossed the border and disappeared. Not destroyed, disappeared. Their quantum signatures, their mass readings, their gravitational effects, everything simply ceased to register the moment they entered human space. Then, one Hive ship returned. Just one out of thousands. The Alliance intercepted its final transmission. A billion voices screaming in perfect unison. The Void watches. The Void remembers. The Void denies. The ship self-destructed rather than risk carrying something back. Ambassador Chen attended the emergency Alliance meeting, looking tired. "What happened to them?" Council leader Thrax demanded. Chen sighed. "They found out why our space doesn't appear on maps. Which is, we asked it not to." Confused silence filled the chamber. Ambassador Dr. Vexhai said slowly, "Space cannot be asked anything. Space is not sentient." "Yours isn't," Chen replied quietly. She pulled up a hologram. Not of human space, but of Earth, circa 2157. "When we achieved FDL, we discovered something wrong with physics around our solar system. Space itself was scarred, damaged, like reality had been wounded and healed wrong. We traced the damage back through time. The image shifted, showing astronomical data. 65 million years ago, something hit Earth. You know it as the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. But it wasn't an asteroid. It was something trying to break through. From outside. Outside what? Outside everything. The impact wasn't physical. It was dimensional. Something from outside reality tried to enter through Earth. The dinosaurs weren't killed by an impact. They were erased by the universe itself cauterizing the wound. The room had gone cold. But here's the thing, Chen continued. The wound never fully healed. The space around Earth, and eventually all human-colonized space, remains thin, connected to something else. Something that watches through the scar tissue. You're saying human space is haunted? Thrax asked, attempting levity. No, I'm saying human space is claimed. When humanity developed enough to detect the damage, we made contact with what lay beyond. It had been waiting, watching. It remembered the attempt to break through, and it was grateful that the universe had stopped it, but also curious about the little species that evolved where its enemy had tried to enter. Chun brought up new images, human ships traveling through space that looked wrong, twisted, non-Euclidean. We made a deal. It would protect our space, hide it from those who might exploit the weakness. In exchange, we would be its window into this reality, its way of experiencing a universe it could never enter without destroying. What is it? Vethai Wheats, we don't know. Can't know. Our brains literally cannot process what it actually is. We call it the void, but that's just a word for something that has no words. It exists in the spaces between spaces, in dimensions that aren't dimensions. And it considers humanity its responsibility. Its pets, maybe, or its children. We're not sure. The Hive violated the agreement, entered without permission. The Void responded as it always does. It denied their existence within its territory. They weren't destroyed. They were never allowed to have been there in the first place. The Alliance sat in stunned silence. So, when we trade with you at border stations, Thrax began. You're trading with the only species that has a guardian from outside reality. And that guardian has decided our space is off-limits to mapping, scanning, or entering without permission. Chun stood to leave, then paused. Word of advice? Keep not asking why the maps end at human space. Some questions are doors, and some doors should never be opened.